actually found a really good way to prop up my phone on my little bedside thing. So I'm feeling like really good. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, my intro. I kind of forgot how it went. Welcome to the Teapot Reads. I'm the Teapot. This is what I am currently reading, and I am so happy to see you today. And by currently reading, I mean I am about to start this bad boy. And if you don't recognize it from this beautiful undercover, which, let's see, the glare might be too much. It says Recipes of the Ancient North, translated for the first time in 500 years. Isn't this just beautiful? This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I'm really excited to start this. I'm really excited to start this, okay? I'm going to try to challenge myself and make this a 48-hour reading vlog. I haven't done the math. I don't know how many pages an hour that'll be. I do know that I am super busy for the next 48 hours, but I'm going to try to challenge myself anyways. I'm not gonna like put stress on myself. If I manage it, like woohoo. If I don't, like okay, it's fine. I get it. It happens. I'm really, really stoked to read this book though. I just finished reading Anna Karenina, and that was a good book, and it was heavy. So this is what I think I need to kind of fix that, you know, to fix it, no, to like get back on my feet. And it is, so this is a signed edition. It's signed. Look at that. It's so pretty. This edition is gorgeous. Look at this. I can't believe it's finally here. I want to talk a little bit. Oh, can we show you the map? Stunning map. It's a stunning map. Okay, let me talk about Stephanie Garber for a minute. I read the Caravel series as it was coming out. I actually have an arc of Caravel. I had requested it years and years ago. I had a book blog. That is a story for another day, but I had a book blog and I requested it and they actually sent it. And I loved it. It was love at first sight. I absolutely love that book. I have several editions of Caravel because I love it so very much. I read Legendary when it came out, thought it was also amazing, and then Finale came out, and I kind of put it off, and then when I finally sat down and read it, I thought it was absolutely garbage and really bad. It had a lot of plot holes. It had a lot of strange character decisions. It was kind of all over the place, and I ended up walking out of that book feeling like I could never return to the series. I ended up unhauling some of the editions I had of some of the books because previously I had had both the American and the UK hardcovers, and I ended up getting rid of my American hardcovers. I just was so dissatisfied with that trilogy after the end of Finale. And when I heard that Once Upon a Broken Heart was coming out, that this was like the encore, it is a spin-off series, it follows one of the side characters from that series, Jax, the Prince of Hearts, I felt really weird about it. I told myself I would give it a chance, but I told myself that I wouldn't go crazy and buy a lot of editions. So I am limiting myself. Regardless of how I feel this book, I'm only getting 3 editions, which is limiting it, I promise. This edition, the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which is gorgeous, which is the edition I bought, and I accidentally bought 2 copies, but I have an idea of what I'm going to do with the second copy, so I'm not concerned. And I bought a regular first edition UK hardcover because it was so lovely, and I wanted one of the hidden covers, and I'm fairly certain it's going to be in Fairy Loot's October box, so that's the 3rd copy. I had the opportunity to get a lot more, and I decided not to, and I'm very proud of myself. Because I don't need more than 3 copies. I don't even need 3 copies. I wasn't going to get the UK edition, except the hidden covers look adorable. So that's me and my experience reading Stephanie Garber books. I am surprisingly excited for this one. I think because I'm coming off of such a heavy, dense book, and this is going to be light, fun, fluffy fantasy. I've heard that it is skewed a little younger. I don't remember well, I guess Caravel is skewed younger. I wouldn't say it's like super young if you're looking for super young YA. That's something like The Selection. Caravel is maybe a step older than that, but it's not as old as like even I'd say Carry On is like older YA, and Caravel's not. So yeah, I've got the right headspace, I think. I'm going into it ready for just light, fluffy, fun little consequences. I think I'm going to really enjoy it. I don't 100% know what it's about. I think, I could totally be wrong. I think one of the characters is the daughter of, or related to one of the main sisters, but I could be totally wrong. I don't know anything about it. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. I'm flipping through it. So like I said, we're gonna aim for 48 hours, and right now I don't have my watch on me. I think it's like 7:30 or something. So, oh, it's only 7 o'clock. Right now it is 7 o'clock. I am going to read. I'm probably going to shower and then read. But I'm going to read, and I have a little bit more editing I want to do today. But this is a reading vlog specifically for that. So we're going to try to stay focused. We're going to try to stay focused completely on Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I will update you as often as I can. I wake up early tomorrow to do the opening shift at work, and then after that I'm meeting a friend. So I'm probably busy all day tomorrow. Like I said, 48-hour reading vlog is going to be tough. This is my goal. It's my goal. Let's go. Okay, it's about 9:30. I'm about 7 chapters into it. I'm not gonna say whether I'm liking it or not, because I'm not sure, but I will say this has very, very much screaming like YA novel and YA protagonist, because Evangeline, oh my god, I found this, it feels so fit. I would have eaten this up, right, if I had been a little bit younger, I think, because I loved stuff like this, especially in like middle school. But like right now I'm like, this feels so ironic and like it feels like a joke. Evangeline has rose gold hair. And the scene, oh my god. Hold on. I'm dying. I just thought it was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought it was so funny. What color is that? He waved vaguely toward her curls. It's rose gold, she answered brightly. Like, what? That's so funny. That is like, I know this book is like whimsical. It's definitely whimsical, but no one ever would respond like that. They'd just probably be like, it's blonde. It's like reddish blonde. It's not rose gold. I think it's hilarious. I just needed to share. This is not me making fun of the book. I don't know how I feel about the book yet. It's too early to determine, but I think I said it's 9:30. I'm going to read for about half an hour probably, and then I will take sleeping things and go to bed, because I work early tomorrow. Good morning. It is 7:45 in the morning. I just got to work. I got like 7.5 hours of sleep last night, which I typically need at least 8. I feel it. But update on Once Upon a Broken Heart. This novel is definitely moving fast, and I don't know if I think that because I just finished reading Anna Karenina, or if I think that because it's actually moving quickly, like more quickly than normal. I am like almost a quarter in, I think, though, so like maybe it's just because I just finished reading such a thick, bulky little read. See, I'm on chapter 13. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Okay, I don't mind when characters from like the original series cross over if it's a spin-off, right? I do not typically mind it. Scarlett and Tella were in this. They were really annoying. They felt kind of out of character, I guess. You know, it's always hard to see a character from a new character's point of view, because you're like, well, that's not how I saw them, but you also spent a lot of time with them. But they were just so chipper, and they felt very strange and a bit out of character. It didn't work in this one. Having them appear, I didn't feel like it worked. It was a cute nod. I wish it could have just been a nod. I wish they didn't have any like page time. Personally, I think that the story would be working a lot better if they're going to appear, you know, have it be in the next novel, maybe, I guess. Because I think this is a series. I don't think it's a standalone. I'm pretty sure it's a series. Other things, so Evangeline has a stepsister, Marisol. I'm interested in her. I'm really curious to see what her thing is, because she seems to have something going on, especially considering she was going to marry Luke, who Evangeline thought was in love with her, but like it seems odd. I don't know, that whole relationship is really curious to me. I'm really excited to see that untangled, and Jax is back, I think, finally, because that's good. He brings a lot of flavor to the book, and the one scene he was in, I think he elevated the story quite a bit. I think him and Evangeline's banter worked, so hopefully we'll see more of that. Hopefully that wasn't a fluke. Still not sure how I feel about it though. Still not sure how I feel about this book. I hope it goes the way of like Caraval and Legendary and not a finale, because I really want to like it so much. It's important to me to like this book. So 48 hours is definitely not happening. Sorry. It is Thursday, I think, around 12:30. I have work. I left home early today because I just really couldn't be there. So I came out to work early and got noodles and company and ate in my car. And I didn't really want to do that either, but it was better than being home right now. So that's great, and I feel like I'm breaking out a lot. The book, though, that's why you're watching. I'm not loving it. It's okay. It's not doing it for me. It's moving really quickly. The characters are not super well developed. I don't dislike it yet, but I don't know if I'm gonna like this one, which is a real shame, because I want to. I really wanted to. I am on just shy of halfway through it, and I'm just like not sure if I'm liking it. 170 pages. How disappointing to come off Anna Karenina and read this, which I had such high hopes for. And no, I didn't even have that high of hopes. I just had like hopes in general. I was like, I hope this is a good book, and it's like letting me down a little bit, more than a little bit. Nothing you can do. We will continue. I'm trying not to spoil it, but I don't want to like commit to a spoiler-free vlog. So you know, if the title says spoilers or spoiler-free, but I haven't been able to like Evangeline or Marisol. Jax is barely in it, which is fine, because even the scenes he's in, I'm like bored of him. And the side characters are all just like barely there. So it's kind of boring. It's almost too whimsical. Like I feel like a unicorn threw up over this book, which isn't working for me, because we don't get to live in any of these whimsical scenes like we did in like Caraval or Legendary. These are just like, oh, look at this cool thing, now look at this other cool thing. Oh, like, let me just enjoy the world building you're doing. I won't say I dislike it yet, though. I don't think I dislike it at this point, because I'm still like returning to it without issue. But we'll see how that goes. At least it's a quick read. At least it's really quick. Couple real quick things. I'm not using my microphone, so I really hope this is picking up. But first of all, just about to hit part 3 of this bad boy. I'm not saying I'm enjoying it yet. However, it is using one of my absolute favorite tropes of all time that I almost never see in published fiction. It's just a fan fiction thing, and I am living for it. It's given me so much life. Second thing, I think that maybe my eye did not heal all the way because it is starting to feel like how it did the day before it got really bad. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically I scratched my cornea. It is a big deal because eye injuries are something I can't really handle. So I took the anxiety medication. It takes about half an hour, I've noticed, for that to kick in. So I set my timer for half an hour. I took an ibuprofen as well. And then I'm going to take the eye drops and the eye cream once that goes off. And yes, I am freaking out. I'm freaking out about it because if my eyes hurt again, I don't know how I'll handle it. But after that kicks in, I'm going to bed because I have to wake up early to drive my mother to work tomorrow. So probably between taking her to work and going to work myself, I will spend time reading. But yeah, just wanted to update you on those things. Hello, it's Friday night. I don't normally get Friday nights off. Normally I close on Friday nights, so this has been kind of nice. I am on chapter 40 of Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm still not sure if I like it. Spoiler, when I take my hand down, spoilers will be over, and I'll keep spoiler written at the bottom. So, you know, but spoiler, small spoiler. Okay, spoiler going back up. Spoiler, vampires are a thing now. Still spoiler. That's just kind of stupid. That sounds mean. It just seems very strange to throw that in now. There's no foreshadowing. Spoiler over. But, like, that's a thing, and it's just strange. And I think that's one of my problems with the book. One of my problems with the book is that things just happen with little to no foreshadowing, and that's fine. Like, you can do that, but you shouldn't have your whole book sort of be doing that. It should be a twist, not anytime you want to introduce anything. Like, you should have world building that feels as if it isn't just being thrown in just as afterthoughts. So I think that's one of my problems with the book. I'll definitely go into it a little more detail. I think I will do a little mini review section of this vlog at the end. So if I do that, I will link down below where that starts, if that's all you're curious and seeing. I'm trying to do self-care. So that I was sitting and I was thinking, and I was like, what would I like to do tonight that would make me feel relaxed and recharging? And I settled on reading. I was thinking about watching something, but I settled on reading. So I'm going to just sit and read. I'm very excited because I really, really just want to. This book, I think one thing I do like is how quickly I'm reading it, because Anna Karenina took me forever, and this book I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something by finishing it, so that's really nice. So it's a pleasure to read in that regard, so I will be finishing this soon and quickly. I know it wasn't 48 hours, but it's still pretty quickly. I feel like I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. But I'm probably going to read until I go to bed, and I'll probably go to bed quickly. I have a feeling. As for my eye, it's still hurting. I'm taking the medication that I was taking before because this is freaking me out, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's it for updates. I'd say rating-wise, the book is sitting at like a 2.5, 3 stars. Probably 3 now, because it did have one of my favorite tropes in it, so I gave it like a 0.5 star, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see if it sticks to landing. I think if it sticks to landing, it could go as high as 3.5 stars. I don't think it'll go higher than that, but we'll see. Hello, it is Monday. It is Monday, and I haven't updated in a while because I haven't read in a couple days. I am on chapter 44. I don't think I've read really more than like 5 not even, maybe like 2 chapters since I last updated. It's been busy. Yesterday went to Wizard World with a friend. The day before that, I had some just home stuff going on, and then visited a family member and had D&D. And then today, this morning, we woke up really early to take Tank. Went with to take Tank to his surgery. Tank's my dog. Don't know if I've included him in this vlog, but yes, he's getting elbow surgery. I feel really bad because he did not want to go, did not want to be there. When we got to the location, he started shaking, and it was just, I feel really, 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 really bad. And he has to stay overnight. So we pick him up, or my mom will pick him up tomorrow. So I'll see him tomorrow after work. I just want to catch you up real quick. Hopefully I will have time to read today. I napped when I got home. Like I said, woke up really early, and tomorrow I have to wake up early, so I have to go to bed kind of early. But I'm going to try to get done the few things I really, really need to get done. I'm trying to get it done before I go to see Shang-Chi. But I did get some book mail. And my UK edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart came. And this is beautiful. This edition is gorgeous. It's very pretty. This cover is better than the book is. It does have a secret cover though, and I was so excited because it was the one I wanted. I got the fox. Oh my god, I got the fox. I am thrilled. This is the secret cover I wanted. So I'm really happy about that. I have a Caravel with a secret cover as well. That's really it for updates though regarding this book. Like I said, hopefully I'll read tonight. I think I could finish it tonight. I have not even 100 pages left. I have wanted to read. I haven't had time to read, but I have wanted to read. So I will say, in that regard, the book is succeeding in that it's making me want to return to it, which Anna Karenina, my last read, did not always make me want to do, and which, like, finale did not make me want to do when I was reading it, way back when that was. So, you know, kudos to this book at least. But like I said, got a little bit more to do. Hopefully I'll read tonight. If I finish it, I'll definitely update. If I only read a little bit, I probably won't, but we'll see. Hi. It's okay. Hello. I just thought I would do a quick little update because I'm about to film some other things, so I was like, okay, gonna take advantage of it. I am on the kitchen floor because Tank is home. He's doing okay. Hi. He's doing okay. He has to wear the cone of shame if no one's home, and I also have him in a t-shirt that he hates and is like trying to get out of, but until we get like a puppy t-shirt, this is what he has to wear, because he has a fentanyl patch for the pain, and that's what he's trying to nibble off, which would be bad. So yeah, and I'm just hanging out with him. I don't want him to be alone. Stop, you're making it worse for yourself, hon. I just took the cone of shame off because I had to go. Oh, there he is. You can see him in the camera a little. I had to go get dressed and ready for the day, but I thought I'd do a quick little update. Where are you going? We don't get to chew that. Good boy. Okay, he's just laying down, so that's good. Update on Once Upon a Broken Heart. I don't even know how many days I've been reading this now. I haven't been reading it every day, so that's the problem. I have I have less than 50 pages left. I don't even have 10 chapters left. So probably after I finish filming everything, I'm going to go finish reading this. This is not the Hurt Eye. This is the Hurt Eye. I'm going to go finish reading this, and then I will probably be right back here talking about my thoughts regarding the ending. At this point, I do think I enjoyed the book. I think it's leaning towards a 3.5 stars just because the tension and the chemistry between Evangeline and Jax is actually ramping up quite nicely. So I think 3.5 is where I'm leaning, but we'll talk at the end. There's still so much that's happening and so quickly, and the pacing I think is just like way all over the place. But yes, that's just my quick little update. I will finish today. I think I will finish today. Finding angles while sitting on the ground is not super easy. I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I actually finished it a couple days ago. Today's Friday. Hello, happy Friday. I know that there isn't really a meaning for Friday in retail, but Friday does mean payday, so that's exciting. I guess. Time to pay some bills. I don't know. Also, like, completely unrelated, but is anyone else getting TikToks about a snail chasing you? Because it's all I'm thinking about. Has replaced Bones No Bones Day in my life for important things on TikTok. Totally unrelated. I want to talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is a little slight review. I don't want it to be super long or super in depth because I've kind of been talking about it throughout the vlog. I'm also not going to spoil anything, so if you're worried about that, don't worry about that. This is, in the end, a spoiler-free, except for that one wee little section that I will tag and mark as spoiler. It's a spoiler-free vlog. The dog is doing well, by the way. He's doing well. Overall, I gave Once Upon a Broken Heart 3 stars. I think it is a very, very mediocre book. I want to say I had high expectations, but I didn't. I was just excited because of how much I had enjoyed Caravel when I read it. And so I was like, cool, a new series, new start. This book is too mired in the Caravel series to really feel like a new start. But it doesn't have enough connection to that original series to really feel like a sequel. So it is a spin-off, and in some ways it feels like a spin-off, but the characters and their decisions don't feel alien enough from the original story. So obviously we have Jax, who's still guided a lot by what has happened in the original trilogy, and I think that's okay. I just wish there had been some development there, like maybe a little extra motivation for him, but I will forgive Jax because he's not the protagonist. Our protagonist is Evangeline Fox, a character who had like nothing to do in the wasn't in the original trilogy, but is sent to the north by one of the protagonists of the original trilogy, and why? That was unclear to me. I know the book explains it. I thought it was a really weak explanation, and I thought it was really a cop-out rather than give Evangeline her own motivation for going there. It was an external motivation that just had little to no sense. Evangeline in general was a character pretty much completely driven by external circumstances, even as she insists, and even as the book insists, that it is internal circumstances. It starts with her making a deal with Jax because she doesn't want a boy she loves to marry someone else. And from there, everything is pretty much dictated by something out of her control. She is pretty much just reacting to the world around her. There is some internal monologuing and internal thought processing. There makes me think she as a character is convincing herself that she's doing it because she wants to do these things. But really, she's just being pushed and pulled around by other characters, and the book just does not acknowledge this. It was so frustrating because a lot of her agency just wasn't there. One of the things that I loved in the original Caravel books, especially books 1 and 2, were the world building and how whimsical it was. This book was like a unicorn fucking puked all over the place. And it was whimsical and it was pretty, but it was overwhelming. There was too much going on. There was a lot of things that clashed. There were elements that were just thrown in that I was like, this makes no sense for the pre-existing world you have going on. There were a lot of things that every time it was introduced, I was like, this is interesting. Let's spend more time learning about this thing, this really small inconsequential thing, but give it at least a couple more sentences or make it have some plot relevance, and then it just moves on to the next shiny item. And it was really hard as a reader to really feel gripped into this world when it kept changing the thing we're looking at. I get that there's a lot going on and a lot of interesting items in this magnificent north, But there's a point where it becomes too many things to just pour onto the page, or to pour into the page, start describing, and then move away from. I think like a good example of this are suitors mentioned in one of the gossip sheets. There are all these women who are mentioned, and I think we meet one of them, or two of them if you count Evangeline, and like I couldn't even tell you who the others were, but we get enough detail that we're like, okay, so here are the characters, and oh, they might be interesting, they might be important, and then like we never hear of them again because it suddenly moved on to describing like dresses or something. Another complaint I have is the ending. We were reaching a point where tension was working really well for me as a reader. I was starting to get really invested. I was worried about the characters. I liked that they had something to lose. And then the ending had a lot of easy answers. Everything was solved. Not, okay, I shouldn't say everything. It's not a standalone book. But enough of the book was solved that if you told me this was a standalone and the next book was just going to be like connected loosely and finish up one plot line that's like the major plot line but also doesn't feel major at all, I would not be surprised at all. Caravel and Legendary have two different narrators. The finale, it brings them together, but they have two different narrators and there's an overarching plot, but like enough was wrapped up in either book that like it was okay to switch. This is exactly how this feels. Maybe we will get another narrator. I don't really think we are because there's not another viable one, but it's just, it was frustrating to have all this build up and suddenly it's just done, solved, no reason for you to really feel like you need to wait for the next book. I will be reading the next book. I want to make that clear. I just probably won't be super excited about it. I don't know. I think it's like the sunk cost fallacy or something, but I am like curious about these books. I feel like I've bashed it a lot. I didn't love this book. It was really disappointing. I did like, I think I can walk out of the novel saying I liked Evangeline and I liked Jax and I liked Marisol. So I liked three of the characters. The others were all just very two-dimensional. There wasn't a lot there. I wanted to like them. I didn't dislike them. There just wasn't enough for me to grip onto as a reader. Evangeline, like I said, has not a lot of agency, but she's still interesting. She's still fun. She's a very typical YA protagonist. Take that or leave it. I don't mind it all the time. It was fine here. The book read like a very typical young YA novel, and that's okay. I kind of, as soon as I realized that's what I was getting into, it was easy to like turn my brain to that and be like, yes, okay, this is what I'm reading now. Jax could have been the standout. He really wasn't. He was kind of blah for a lot of it. Near the end, he gets better, but again, just was kind of there, pulling or pushing Evangeline along. It was really her novel. She was the center of it, and I was totally fine with that. I was happy with that. I know I just bashed the world building. I, in general, liked the setting of the Magnificent North. I love northern and snowy and, like, Christmassy magic and world building and worlds and fantasy places. I love that. Snow draws me in so much. It's finally like almost winter here and I'm living for it. Like I just love that setting, and it was very easy for me to be like, yes, the Magnificent North is very cool. I liked the generalness of that part of the world building, the intricate details and the shiny object, like here it is, here it is, here it is, that I did not love. But in general, I think I enjoyed the Magnificent North as a place that exists. And I liked how it, like, you couldn't take stories out of the North. I thought that was a really interesting idea. I don't think the novel did anything interesting with it, but I thought it was an interesting idea. And the writing was fine. I think so much of this novel was just fine. Like I said, it is a mediocre novel. It was fine. I don't regret reading it. I'm glad it was a quick read, but I don't imagine I'll ever reread it. I'm going to have 3 copies by the end of the month, I think, because one of the book boxes, I'm pretty sure, is sending it. So that's cool. That's fine. I don't need any other editions. They're collector's editions, all 3 of them, so I'm fine with that. That's what ended up, I think I talked about at the beginning, how I got rid of a lot of my Caravel books because I just had non-important editions to me. Now I have some collector's editions, and I probably won't get rid of them. They probably won't be unhauled. It's just, I have them. Here they are. Voila. And, yeah, these books might live on my shelves forever, but they will probably be at the very bottom. And I don't think I'll talk much about them, but I will probably continue to read them. Stephanie Garber seems like a nice person. I would probably go to a signing. So that's where I land on this book. That is my thoughts on Once Upon a Broken Heart. Disappointing read. Not the most disappointing book I've read this year, but a disappointing read. Very mediocre. I'm so sorry. I wish it was better. I hope you enjoy it if you wanted to. I hope that it finds it. I think it will find its audience. It seems to be. But I'm not the audience. It wasn't meant for me, and that's okay. Moving on. I'm already started my next read, which is Madame de Pompadour, and I will definitely be talking about in depth at some point, because I'm sure I'll do another vlog. But that's it. This is where I leave you. This vlog went longer than I thought, but I also didn't have a lot of time to read, so I wasn't like wasting time reading. I just like wasn't reading. But I will see you guys later. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being here. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more content like this, or even just different bookish content, because it's not all vlogs, even though sometimes it feels like that's all I'm filming and posting. But if you want to see content like this, definitely subscribe. I really appreciate every single one of you. You make my days that much better. Goodbye. If it is warm where you're at, I hope you're staying comfortable. And if you are cold, wait, that's not my outro. What? Goodbye. If it is cold where you're at, I hope you're staying warm. And if it's warm where you're at, I hope you're staying comfortable. And most of all, I hope you're reading a great book. I will see you guys next time. Bye.